Okay, so for our first method here, we're going to be doing demonic gorillas. Now, I have a Slayer helm on just because I do have a Slayer task of them, which is definitely recommended to get. I don't know why I actually just checked my Slayer task there. But yeah, I do have a Slayer task of them, so it's definitely recommended to get the task if you can. It takes no Slayer level to kill demonic gorillas. It's only that you need Monkey Madness 2 to kill them. I'd also recommend at least level 75 in your melee and range, as you're going to be wanting to use the blowpipe and the god swords now, or a bludgeon. Now, the best weapons to take here are a bludgeon or the Sardoman god sword. Now, I don't actually have either of those, so I'm just going to take a Zami god sword, as the only real thing of the bludgeon has the better bonuses, and the Sara god sword has the spec to it. That's really the only reason to take those. But the Zami god sword does its job if you can't afford the other two. Plus, then you're just going to want to bring whatever helm you can bring. If you're not on Slayer task, bring a Net's helm. You're going to bring a Fire Cape, Fury, any blessing of any kind. Nothing in your shield slot, as you'll have a blowpipe and a god sword or a bludgeon. A Carol's leather top, Bando's tassets, Barrow's glove, the best boots, melee boots you can bring. And then I bring a Berserker ring as well. But I also have in my inventory the Toxic blowpipe, the Archer's ring, and the Avis accumulator, so I can switch over to that, because the demonic gorillas do change their prayer, but I'll show you that in a second. Now, to get here, you want to use the Royal Sea Pod, and you will be teleported right into this location right here. You'll just have to run down, following my mouse cursor, to here, and then we will just run in from here, and on the way I'll explain the inventory. So, for the inventory, can I click? There we go. For the inventory, you'll just want to bring a super combat, a ranging potion, and I normally bring about 4 prayer potions. Now, you can definitely bring more. The amount of damage you'll take here is just based on how good you are. Really, like, you'll take damage from just this, that, and the other, but you can bring up to like 7 prayer potions if you want to, once you get really good at it. But I'm just bringing it for like a really guide. One of your first times going here, 3 to 4 prayer potions are more than enough, because you will eat a lot while you're trying to figure this out. Like, you're trying to get the skills for this. Also, I bring a rune pouch with just runes to my house, which that is not runes to my house at all, so I will quickly change that. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I have teleport to house runes, so yeah, you just want 1 law, 1 air, and 1 earth per teleport to your house. Why I'm teleporting to my house is because I have the that stand there, the rejuvenation pool, so I can just get prayer back and spec and health back. But if you don't have that, then just use a ring of dueling in this place. So we're just going to want to, now there's 2 different kinds of gorillas down here. There's the tortured gorillas and then the demonic gorillas. So we're going to run down to the demonic gorillas. So you'll want to play either range or mage here, depending on whichever one of these guys decide to attack with. And then we'll just want to make our ways down here. You'll just want to potion up, ding, 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 ding. And then just have to pick one. Now you can see that they have the prayers over their heads. Now I will probably take some damage as I'm trying to talk about this as while I'm doing it. But you'll just want to do whatever is the, if they're praying melee, then do range. If they're praying range, then do melee. Fairly simple. Now they'll have 3 different attacks, which you can see there's a red ball there, or sorry, a green ball there. That was their mage attack. Now the stone that falls there, you can't protect from that. You'll just have to run away. So the white attack that they're doing right there, this is range, their range attack, and then that right there, that's actually perfect, is their melee attack. So when you see them not throwing anything, then you know they're doing melee. When you see it, it's a white ball, it is range, and a green ball is mage. You won't really be able to switch your prayers in a sense of the you'll take that first hit. You'll be able to see that they kind of shake really weird when they're going to change the prayer above them. But the other one, you'll just have to tank the first hit, and then you'll just change like that. You can see how they react like there. Now for this demonic list, it's based, the GP per hour is based off the amount of Zenite shards you get here, which they are around 9 point something mil right now. But they're very, very good just other drops. There's dragon skimmies, rune legs, I think it is. So there's a lot of good other drops. These are you'll make a lot of money. You'll make a good, probably 500k an hour here without the Zenite shard alone. But the Zenite shards do add a lot of money onto here. But these are a very, very good amount of money per hour. And also, I completely forgot to say that the demonic gorillas count as both monkey and black demon slayer tasks. So if you're on either monkey or black demon slayer task, then you can go there and get the slayer helm effect. they are also weak to the Silver Light, Dark Light, and Arc Light. So if you don't have a God Sword, for example, like you're an Iron Man or something, and you just have the Blowpipe, you can use an Arc Light and a Dragon Defender, and that does work as well. Okay, so the next up will be Zulrah. Now this has been nerfed about 6 to 9 months ago. It used to be like every day, just everybody killed it because it was just so good. Now it's not as good, but it is still okay. So it's kind of up to you if you want to kill it. It's still apparently around 1.8 mil an hour, which is one of the better mini makings on this list. But it is a lot of effort. You constantly have to like put into it, like just like the demonic gorillas were. So for this, you'll want to have on you. Now, obviously there's better, like you can have more like better gear for this, but this is just a very like decent setup for this. So a void range helm, the Sarah cape, cult necklace, ancient blessing or any kind of blessing actually, trident of the swamp. You want Aram's top and legs if you have the gear from raids, which I completely drawing a blank on right now. Bring those. Book of Darkness if you have the ward for this, bring that. But just obviously it's a nice little get up for people. Barrow's gloves, Mystic boots again. The boots that are from Cerberus, if you get those, like the crystal one, yeah. And then a Seer's ring eye. Now I used to bring a Seer's ring and Archer's ring, but there's also the Zenite ring. But the Zenite ring does cost like the Zenite ring basically costs more than this whole entire setup is, and I'm trying to keep the setup lows, as I've just said like 100 times. Trying to keep the setups like somewhat affordable for most players. So if you can afford the Zenite ring, do bring that. It gives you a lot of defense bonus, plus it lets you basically store up rings of recoil, so you won't have to worry about those at all. Actually, I'll bring the Seer's ring either way. I'd normally just bring the Seer's ring and the Zenite ring. If you want, you can bring the Seers, the Zenite, and the Archers, but you'll just have to make sure that if the little snakelings are attacking you, that you do wear the Zenite ring and not either the other two, or you'll just take a ton of damage and die. Then in your inventory, now I have one too many monkfish here, so I'm just going to eat it. There we are. You'll just want to have your range set up. You'll always want to start the first kill off with Mage. I won't actually be going through how to kill Zulrah. I'm more just going over the gear and how to getting to there, as killing Zulrah is a 20-minute video by itself, right? But once you start doing it, the best way, in my opinion, to do it is to just kind of go in there, kill Zulrah, and just kind of learn. So in your inventory, you'll just want the rest of your void, the blowpipe, Avis accumulator, Amulet of Fury, and I bring snakeskin boots just because why not? You don't have to bring snakeskin boots, you can stick with mystic boots, or if you have ranger boots, bring those. Then my inventory, I just have a couple three cooked crabwams, a couple monkfish. Now I do monkfish just because I've done a lot of kills here, so I know how to do it, but if you're just learning, bring some shark. Or if you're just getting back into it for the first time, bring some shark. I bring a rune pouch with teleport to my house, but that will be for getting here, so we'll talk about that later. I also bring a agility potion, but that's just because I don't actually have the agility to cross this. This actually needs 67 agility. I'm too lazy to get the 1 level, so I just bring a agility potion. But if you are at level 71 agility, you can cross this using a summer pie. But that's the lowest agility you have to be. So technically 71 agility is for this method of getting here. Like just the fastest method by far, the requirement, but we'll go over that. So you'll want a magic potion. Now if you have the imbued heart, use that, but again, money. A ranging potion, a prayer potion, and a anti-venom. Anti-venom is very important, and so get venom can take a lot of damage. So for the methods we're getting here, the fastest method is to just teleport to your house with the rune pouch. You have your, whenever it decides to load, ornate rejuvenation pool right here, boom boom, and now as long as you have Lumbridge Elite done, you can teleport without a staff, but if you don't, then you have to bring a staff, and then use BJS, and then you're there. Now the other methods to get here are to use a Slayer ring, and just use the Slayer ring, go to number 3, you'll be at the Slayer cave, just run out the Slayer cave, and there's a Fairy ring right there. You'll use the same code BJS, you'll get here, and then just jump over here, as long as you have the agility, or the summer pie, or the agility potion. The other method is to use, I've tested both the method of using a lunar spell, that teleports you to either the Catherby here, and or Port Khazard. Catherby is definitely faster. And then you'll teleport to around here, and then you just run out to a charter ship here, and you'll just charter over to right here, and then you'll just run down to Zulrah. Or if you want to stay on normals, you'll just teleport to, actually I believe Artie is faster. You will have to bring money for that, so if you teleport to Artie, then you can run down to this guy, take a boat, and you'll end up over here, and then you just run over here, and you can take the boat, the charter ship, to here, and then run down. So it really depends on how you want to do it. But either, so once you're here, you'll just jump over this right here, and then you'll just run down here a little bit. As I said, I won't actually be showing the Zulrah kills, because that's like a whole nother video. But this is basically just the general stuff you'll need to know, gear-wise, whatnot. So if you die, it is a if you're a hardcore Iron Man, it's a death, but obviously probably hardcore Iron Man's not gonna be watching this video. It's how to make money. Yeah. So if you do die here, though, all of your items will be kept in here. So if you run back to this lady, you can just click collect, and you'll get them all. That was dropped. But if you want to go to Zulrah, you just click this boat here, and then yes, and now you're here. And then Zulrah will appear at starting right here, and then we'll just go on from phase to phase from there. So hopefully this helps, and on to the next guide. You're watching this in a later time and wondering why Zulrah has a party hat on her head. It's just because she's a boss, and it's currently Christmas time for Jagex. I'm recording this on the 12th of December, so in Jagex's time it's like the Christmas season, so they put party hats and stuff on bosses. As I do forget to say this during the clip, wyverns require a Slayer level of 72 to kill. So just to wrap up the previous thing about Zulrah, I recommend at least 75-75, as that's what you need for the Trident and the Blowpipe between range and mage. But at least if you can get yourself into the 80s, you'll be doing perfectly fine. But either way, so on to the next method, it's going to be wyverns. Now, these are fairly well known, so I'll just quickly brush over them. They are very good money, and it says they're about 500k an hour, so it's obviously not great money, but it's good money. About 500k an hour, they are very AFK to do. Plus they have the chance at a Draconic Visage, which is about 8 to 9 mil right now, so that's nothing to sneeze at, but that is also a 1 in 10k drop, so don't bank on it type of thing, right? So for the gear that I recommend to bring here, so you have the Helm of Is Not, Fire Cape, Amulet Fury, of course. As I said, all of these, if you can up the gear at all, do so. But I'm just getting a general gear here. A whip, bandos, body and tacet. Now you can always just downgrade this to barrows, but this will definitely help you get a lot more kills. The mind shield, if you have a DFS, again use that. That DFS is significantly better than the mind shield here, but I don't have a DFS, so yeah. The Berserkering Eye, just Berserkering, best ring for this. Dragon boots, if you have the upgraded boots, use those, and then the Barrows gloves. Next to that, your inventory will literally just be about 2 super combat doses. I do just 2, I don't just bring a 4 dose so that I can take the extra bone back with me each time. I'll just bring monkfish, as I don't need to bring anything better than monkfish. Honestly, sometimes I'll bring a couple of lobsters if I actually plan to pay somewhat attention. Bring a dragon dagger just for the spec. A rune pouch with teleports to my house for the best way to get here, and then the herb sack, just because they do drop, when they do drop herbs, they drop 3 herbs, and you're probably going to get that drop, and normally it's worth taking the herb sack, because you'll probably get at least like a singular Ranar weed, which is definitely better than any, than taking a bone back, for example. So then, yes, so for getting here, you'll just want to be able to teleport to your house. And then there's 2 methods from there. If you have the fairy ring in your house, then you can, let me just go out of here. Why is this not working? Let me just try to fix this. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so you can teleport to your house, and then your 2 methods are, if you have the fairy ring, you can teleport to this fairy ring right here, and do AJQ, and then just run into this dungeon symbol right here. Or if you don't have that, then you can just teleport to your house, which is at Remington, House Parlor's right there, and then just run it down. Now it is also to know that you can sip a stamina potion at the bank, and then you won't have to walk into this depending on how your agility level is. So I'll just back in 1 second once I reset the map again. Scuffed guide. Okay, so then you'll just come down right here, and then you'll just run past the Mungus pirates, take the first right down here, past hobgoblins, you'll see ice warriors and giants, and you'll just be right at this entrance here. Now, why we bring the mind shield is because these will basically just kind of kill you. It's kind of like dragon fire in a sense, where you don't actually have to bring a anti-fire potion. You just have to bring the mind shield. Next, that you kind of just you can just kill them. They're super AFK. They do drop nice seeds, herbs, alchemals, and stuff like that. With this setup, you probably won't have to bring like high alchs. You can if you want to, but you probably won't be here like for that long, because basically for this setup, you're just killing off the wyverns as fast as possible, just getting through a lot per hour. You are paying some attention, but you don't have. But you can like definitely easily like watch a movie or play another account at the same time. Very easy. Now there's also the method that you see this guy over here is doing, which he is ranging them. Now after what you do is you basically come here with your best range gear that you have, so void or armadillo, something like that. You'll have the shield on you, and then you'll have whatever like crossbow. You want to have a crossbow and then a bunch of bolts with you. Normally you'll take broad bolts. You'll have to kill the wyverns for about, I think it's about 20 minutes or so, or 15 to 20 minutes, and then you'll lose aggro. So for that, you'll want to take some food with you, some rainy potions and some prayer potions, and then you'll want to take, of course, high alchs, because you'll be staying here for literally, if you wanted to, you could stay here for 100,000 wyvern kills, right? So basically what you do is you'll attack them, and you'll just pray, I believe it is range, and you'll stand about 6 or 7 steps back, and then they won't deal any damage to you as long as you're praying up. And then eventually their aggro will lose. Then you'll have to actually find a spot, which everyone, when they do it like this, you'll be in this area here, which as you can see, for example, that guy's there, this guy's here, this guy's over there for just because he's not learning this one correctly. Normally you'll stand around here. Normally the one that I'll take is either this one right here, or you stand right here, and then you can take this wyvern right here. Basically you'll just trap them behind an object, and then stand one singular block, like square, out of their attack radius, and then they won't actually ever attack you, so you won't take any damage. But that is significantly slower than this. As you can see, this guy has killed one wyvern, and the time it's taken me to kill 2 wyverns, plus explain all this to you, where I was running and wasn't even attacking. So this is significantly faster to just kill with melee. If you kill with melee, you'll normally just kill it down here, as there'll be these guys doing their range up here. Yeah, on to the next method. Okay, so for this next method, we're going to be killing the giant mole. You may laugh and be like, huh, meme, but no. Giant mole has actually somewhere around 1 mil an hour. It is fairly easy to kill. Doesn't take too high of stats. Now, the money for it, the better you have, obviously, the better kills you're going to get. But it's actually really good for the claws and stuff that drops, as those are noted. So you can get a lot of kills there. It also has a pet to it. But all in all, it's just really good money, because you trade the claws in for bird's nest for bruise. Bruise costs a lot, bird's nest costs a lot, everything costs a lot. So it is a lot of money, actually. So for this gear, you're going to want to take the full Darox, a fire cape, and then fury, as I'll say for each part of this guide. The better gear you have, take it if you can upgrade any of this gear. Any kind of blessing works. Barrow's gloves, dragon boots is what I have on, but again, any type of gear, blah blah blah. Yeah. Berserker ring, and in my inventory I take bandos, a helm of Ninus Knot, the abyssal whip, and a dragon defender. Yeah, dragon defender, and then a dragon dagger P++. So basically, what you're going to do is eat yourself with a rock cake. You just want to hit guzzle. If you put in the bottom inventory here, you can just click right, left, and you'll guzzle yourself down to 1 HP. With Darox, you can hit like super high with 1 HP. You can actually 2-hit giant mole. So if you have higher stats, now obviously I have this on. I did this on my Iron Man, and I have around 90 for my attack and strength there, and this is okay, but it's nothing great. Obviously, the better your stats are, the more the better you'll hit. With 99.99, I hit very, very well. But if you have anything over 80, you can do this. 90 works. It works good enough. But obviously, the higher you can get it, the better. So for your inventory, you'll take about 3 super combat potions, about 4 to 5 staminas, depending on how unlucky you get. You want the Fire Shield 3. Now, this is the most important thing. You have to have the Fire Shield 3. Because this, as you can see in the mini-map here, you see there's an arrow. That'll tell me where the mole is. So if the mole does a dig, because the mole will always spawn in this center room right here. Sorry, not right here, right here. Mole always spawn roughly around here, so you can attack it, but it will sometimes dig and then it'll just spawn somewhere random. So for this mole, it is now currently up here. I don't know if someone's killing it or not. If they are, I'll just hop worlds. This is pretty popular due to the fact that it is pretty good money. So we'll have to see, but I don't think anyone is, or they would have totally changed it by now. But as you can see, so here's the giant mole. He has Christmas hat because Christmas event, yes. So go down to 1 HP. Now, for what you're going to want to pray here, you're going to pray, set up your specific prayers, to have melee on and the rapid heal on. You can also have piety on depending on if you are okay banking a little bit more or a little bit less. I normally just flick piety. Now, why we're going to be doing the rapid heal is that every time the rapid heal is activated, it'll make it so that the your health going back up to 2 will be stopped. So as you can see, my health is going to want to go back up to 2. I do boom boom, and it'll go straight. It won't go up to 2. It'll just reset the cycle, right? So you want to stay at 1 HP as much as you can. So basically, all you do is just pray up, and then you'll start hitting. Now, obviously, all my stuff is just created. Apparently, I just prepared those. So the mole will dig around when he gets to about half or under. He'll have a chance of digging. So you can easily I didn't pray up there. Didn't pot up. You can easily like hit him out, and you won't have to move at all, or you'll have to run after him like a couple times. Now, if he gets to super low HP and you just can't finish him off with the Darox, because the Darox is somewhat inaccurate. It hits very hard, and it will hit, but it is somewhat inaccurate. Then you'll change over to your Bandos, your Whip, your Nets, Helm, and your Defender, and you'll just hit him out like that. You can also spec him. Now the poison can sometimes kill him, and you'll just have to go find the loot, but you can just base it off of where the arrow is. You will need to have a light source, so I take a Sapphire Lantern, as when he digs there, it won't get taken out. The Rock Cake, obviously, to keep your health at 1 in case somehow goes up. Validator Shield you have to have on you, and then the Spade to get inside of in the park. You have to dig down the little hole thing that I showed you. So that's basically it. Next to that, Mole is fairly simple to kill. I'll just try and kill this guy off real quick and show you the loot that we get, how that will come. Now, normally I'll just drop the Spade, as you won't need that again until next kill. Plus, there's one just above the mole in the house with the architect in it. So I believe the spec here should kill him off. Yes, good. So as you can see, there's low runes there, but the drops we're looking for are the claws and the skins. So they do not drop a 1-to-1. I believe the mole claws are a 1-to-1, 1 kill, 1 hit, but the skins can be anywhere from 1 to 3, I believe it is. But as you can see from the claw and the skin alone, that's 20k. So this is very profitable. Okay, so our next and final thing here will be Gargoyles. Now these are on the same par as wyverns, just probably a little bit worse in my opinion, as they do not have the visage drop. They are around 400k GP an hour. Now I believe the wyverns are 500k GP an hour, but I believe the visage is factored into that in some way, shape, or form. But if you are super lucky at wyverns, you might make a lot more money than here. This is just a stagnant amount of like 4 to 500k GP an hour. You won't get any like big drop that'll really change that. You can go on like a luck streak and get a bunch of rune items or something, but you won't get like that big wyvern-esque drop. So for this, we're just taking the best melee gear you possibly can. Just whatever yours is. So for me, it's Helmet that is not, Fire Cape, Amulet of Fury, the Blessing, Whip, Bandos, Tacit, and Chestplate and Tacit, the Dragon Defender, Barris Gloves, Dragon Boots, and Berserkering Eye. If you can upgrade any of this gear, do so. I bring a singular Super Combat Potion, the runes for High Alchemy, just for High Alchemy. I do bring a bunch of nature runes and only just a little bit of fire runes, as you will get fire rune drops from these guys. So while I'm running over, I'll just pick them up, type thing, whatnot. A Slayer Helm, just purely for getting past the Aberrant Spectres up here. If you do these on Slayer tasks, obviously they're better, but they're not required. In case I didn't say this, they are a 75 Slayer task. Then a Ring of Slayer just to get to here. You'll just click the teleport, rub teleport, and then the Mauritania Slayer Cave, and you'll just appear right there. The Rock Hammer, you will need this. Do unlock the ability to automatically crush them, as otherwise it'll be very much annoying and you'll actually lose money because you'll have to spend time crushing them and whatnot. Plus then the Dragon Dagger P++, just for specs. So when you come up here, you'll just run past the average inspectors here. I do not know the agility on this, but if not, then you'll just have to run up the stairs. They're just right over there, run up and then around. Doesn't take too much longer. So you're over here. Now there is this gargoyle boss, but you'll have to do that on Slayer task. So that's one thing. But here are the gargoyles themselves. So you'll basically just super combat up and kill them. There's very not that much other to say about them. They're just a solid amount of like GP per hour. They do drop a nice amount of runite items, stackables like some ores, some stuff like that. So obviously some hours you can get better GP than others, as for example there's mithril plate legs, so I can just take those, high alch them, and get whatever, I don't even know what they're worth, 3k. That's obviously not the best drop they can do, but they're more of just a stable amount of, they're better for an ult than to do on your main, but if for example you're playing like an Iron Man or something, these are tremendously good to do, as you're not going to die here. Now some people do bring Guthans like this man's does. I personally don't, just because it's so fast to bank here that there's no reason to take the time of having to like pull out your Guthans and sit there and like heal up to full and then put it on and stuff like that. It's just better, just in my opinion, to just have your bandos on and just kill. And if you need to bank, just like home teleport, bank, come back. It'll take maybe like 30 seconds to a minute to bank. And I feel like you'll save a lot more time over having to do Guthans each time. But I know a lot of people who ult do just use the Guthans because those take a bunch of super combats and do Guthans. So it's really how comfortable you are if you want to do that or not. But for me personally, if I'm like playing my Iron Man, for example, I can just have this up next to it, kill it really like no issue. Every like 10-20 seconds I'll look over, click a button or two, and then go right back to the Iron Man. It's very easy and it's money. It's decent profit. Wyverns, of course, if you like something like something important happens on your Iron Man, for example, and you don't look over there for a couple seconds, you will die. Here, probably not. And even if you do, it's so fast and easy to get back that it doesn't really matter. Thank you all for watching the video. This will be the first part. There are a lot more mobs that I will go over. These are some of the better ones. But they are also a little bit higher of the stat ones, so I will go over in further parts. Ones that are on the same level, but also take lesser stats, and some that take more stats. Just other methods in general, but hopefully you enjoyed, and yes, thank you for watching.